We back, family. We back. We back. We back. We back. Part two. Part two. Part two. Back again. Back again. Definitely water is definitely information. I'm glad you said that. Again, I'm not religious. For those that you know the story, Jesus walked on water. We gotta look at all ourselves like Jesus, personally, individually. Just we have to walk on water. The water is the information, okay? Meaning we must overstand the information. Jesus overstood the water. You feel what I'm saying? Meaning it's all subliminal. You know what I'm saying? A man didn't really walk on water, okay? But you're supposed to overstand the information. You're supposed to overstand information. Okay, you're not supposed to be inside the water, like, you know what I'm saying, drowning. What's some of the verbiage we say? We say shit like, damn, I'm out here drowning, man. I'm drowning in debt. You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all wonder why we always use like water terminology, even though folks know we under maritime law, things like that. But you ever overstood? We always talk about, they say stuff like stay afloat. Okay, I ain't trying to stay afloat. I'm trying to walk on that motherfucker. Okay, I'm trying to overstand I'm trying to walk on the information. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to see it from a level of overstanding. You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to see it from inside. Like, I ain't trying to get wet. Is water wet? I ain't trying to get wet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been wet before. We all done been wet, but it's time to overstand to come out the water. You know what I'm saying? It's time to come out the water and overstand it. I think coming out the water is actually using the water. You know what I'm saying? Actually using. Okay, I'm in it. I overstand it. Let me overstand it. Let me stand on it. Let me use it. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's another little bean that they put in the Bible, because we're all supposed to be walking in our power. And I think a lot of these books that we read from a religious standpoint is really talking to us in our power. They're not talking about outside forces. Everything is inside you. That's why they say as above, so below. Because everything you see going on above you is happening below you. You see what I'm saying? It's talking about you. Talking about you. It's a mirror approach. You know what I'm saying? Everything talks about water. Who do we have to go through? Well, we don't have to, but what do we use to go through to get our credit? Banks. River banks. Why are they called banks? Y'all know civilization used to live around banks. You see what I'm saying? Like, you live near a bank because banks were valuable. You can utilize a bank. You know what I'm saying? You can fish. You know what I'm saying? Get your water. You know what I'm saying? Because I be asking questions like, why is it called banks? It could have been called anything in the world. Why do they call it banks? Financial institutions. But why do they call them banks? Current. Exactly. Currency. Different currents. You got to have a flow. A cash flow. You know what I'm saying? We can go all day. That's why I say you got to overstand the word. That's why I say sometimes you got to take a step back. You know what I'm saying? Just really sit down and shut the fuck up and really just start asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really, I think, the only true way to get out of mental state is really questioning what it is that you believe is true, and what do you believe what is not true. I don't feel like speaking to somebody a shrink, and I'm not here to say don't seek mental help. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying be careful. You see what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't feel comfortable with opening my mind up to somebody that's still piecing together. I can only open my mind up to somebody that's complete. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's me personally. You know what I'm saying? Because I know my thoughts is gonna be on a whole nother whole nother level. Man, I can't be telling you my thoughts and you telling me same shit you told your last client. You feel me? Like, we ain't even on the same wave. You know what I'm saying? I can't really, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of folks can only go by a script. Now, again, that's not their fault. That's what they learned. But I have an understanding that these are passionate robots. Okay? And people might get offended by that when I start calling people, hey, man, you just a PR. You're just a passionate robot. Hey, man, you being a PR right now. All right, stop acting like a PR. You being a real passionate robot right now. All right? Put that on the shirt. Put that on the shirt. No PRs allowed. They were like, what you mean, PR? You mean promotion team here? Nah. Passionate robots. Yeah, you gotta question everything and let them talk. Let them talk, man. It's so powerful just walking in the room and asking questions. You gotta remember, if you're asking questions, that means you're not telling them anything. I mean, you're reserving. But you're still creating thought. Hey, man, what is this? Okay, what is your definition of this? How do your corporation view this? How does your corporation view this? A lot of folks is getting to immaculate levels off the gift of gab, y'all. Like, y'all, but you only gonna have the gift of gab by having to overstand it. Meaning a lot of y'all can't regurgitate and act on the spot. You feel me? Like, you have to go, oh, well, let me go check my notes right quick. Which is fine, but you want to be to a level, not saying rush, I'm just saying, but you want to get to a level where you don't have to go, oh, which act was that? Oh my gosh, what did they say? Where all unearned interest is supposed, damn, what did they, damn, which act said the banks is the borrowers? Fuck. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like that. You want that shit to flow. You want to have a nice flow. Imagine listening to music. It has to have a nice flow to it. Meaning when you speak, man, you got to have a flow to how you speak. You know what I'm saying? You got to put them on that wave. Oh, there go another word, frequency wave. You know what I'm saying? You got to to talk that shit. All right? You got to talk that shit. That's why I said in my last live, you can't be at the back trying to be quiet and think you about to get an A+. Hell no. They got to see your confidence level. They got to, where you at with it? Well, state your business. What's your interest? You know what I'm saying? What's your interest? You know what I'm saying? You got to know. You can't just read, you know. I don't know, y'all. Cause at some point you can say it all day, every day. But if you ain't going home and actually studying the studies, you just trying to look at what I'm supposed to send in next. A lot of y'all just ask, what do I send in next? Man, if you could ask in that question, please put everything down. Okay? Please. If you at a place where you like, damn, what do I send this? I don't know. What do I do now? Please put everything to the side. Make sure you're still paying. Keep paying how you've been paying, okay? And keep studying, okay? I don't see why I understand why you rush, but once you overstand, you don't know what's going on and you keep hitting door, that should tell you like, maybe I don't know enough to do this. Let me sharpen my iron a little bit. But a lot of y'all don't have that, like that warning. Like, y'all don't have that, I guess that light bulb don't click in. Like, brother, you done got 5 accounts shut down. Why are you still trying to open more shit up? Clearly, you still have work to do on your first account that got shut down. Clear. So why are we making this harder? Like, but it's just like folks be trying to justify. Like, I know what I'm doing. I'm like, I hope so, man, because it's not gonna get better. Okay, it ain't gonna get better until you learn what's going on. These folks, now you in the position. Now you have to prove what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's best to come with, in good honor, you know what I'm saying, and asking questions rather than slapping them with shit, you know what I'm saying? Because once you slapping them with shit, man, they gonna slap you back. And if you don't know how to take a punch, not being able to take a punch is asking, okay, what do I say next, bro? Have you ever seen this before? That's not being able to take a punch. They just one punch your ass. One punch, man, goddamn. It'll knock you out the damn fight. Now, you ain't all the way out, but you just got to go back in your corner. You got to go do some more training. You got to do some more training. You're not ready, and it's okay. But I'm here to let you know you're not ready. Keep studying. What is it going to hurt you? You've been paying bills for the last 20 years. What another year going to do? You just learned this shit. Like, you think you're going to just erase 20 years of what you done did? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, and some of y'all think that. Some of y'all think, oh, okay, I know what I'm going on. Hey, brother, how do I get my interest? Like, man, what do you mean how you going to get your interest? Like, what is interest? What is interest? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Do you know what interest is? Do you know what interest is owed to you? Do you know what the contract is? Do you know what the account is? Do you know who the principal is? Do you know what the principal balance is? Do you know the private side of the accounting? Because these are things that will guarantee help you get remedy. Okay? If you not understand that, you just took a course and you think you know it because I broke it down, I'm here to let you know. You don't know shit. Okay? You don't know shit. Now, it's cool. You may have heard somebody drop some shit on you. You still got to let that process in your thinking tank, your memory bank. You haven't processed. All you did was see it, and now you have yet to see it, process it. Let that shit marinate. You know what I'm saying? Let it flood. Man, you got to wash yourself in the name of the blood of whatever, the blood of the creditor, however you want to put it on. Y'all not washing y'all selves. Y'all still dirty a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still kind of a little dirty. More so, some of y'all even fucking stink, okay? Some of y'all fucking stank like hell. And you think you clean. You think you don't wash yourself. You think you know what's going on. Man, you come into them folks stanking the room up like you ain't showered in 20 years. You been living wrong. Since you been living wrong, you dirty. You's a dirty motherfucker. Now you gotta clean yourself. Alright, real talk. You gotta clean yourself. Alright, you gotta be reborn again. You thought they was talking about him. Nah, they was talking about you. You gotta revest yourself. If you don't know what that means, Google it. You must revest yourself. You gotta reinstate yourself. Cause right now you coming to them like a dirty motherfucker. What? Dirty as hell. They not respecting nobody that's looking like you. What? Do you know how you smell coming through them doors with the letters you sending? You got shit all over the damn. You touching it with your Pt2 fingerprints. You know what I'm saying? You said it to him. That shit stank. It's not right. And then you mad on top of it. You ever met a mad person that stank? You ever been with a person? Y'all ever been mad before when you start sweating? You know what I'm saying? Like, a picture of a person that's mad. I'm talking about mad. They ain't washed in 20 years. That's how some of y'all smelling. That's how you got to look at it. You got to come clean. If you ain't coming correct, you ain't coming clean. Coming clean is not just seeing some shit and copying it. Nah, you just got some perfume that he wore, put it on you. You still stink. You still stink. You can spray cologne on shit all day. At the end of the day, it's still shit. Okay? So we trying to clean ourselves up, y'all. A lot of y'all trying to cut corners. A lot of y'all trying to cut the water on, you trying to stay on the outside of the tub. You know what I'm saying? I know you trying to sit on the toilet while the water running and then wait about 20 minutes, then you go in there and cut the water off. You know what I'm saying? Then you leave and say you wash, then the parent go back in and then we find out that the soap's still dry. You ain't washed. You still ashy. You know what I'm saying? Stop lying and saying you studied. You ain't washed. You ain't studied. All you did was touch the soap and hop back out. All you did was grab a course and then you went back. You know what I'm saying? You start living how you been living. You don't really care about this. You don't really want to learn your power. You just want what your power will give you. Again, you don't really want to overstand your power. You don't really want to overstand what you can do. You just want what it is it comes with, which you should, but you also should overstand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You, like, a lot of y'all don't love this shit enough that I don't think you're going to ever get remedy. I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, because granted, I love being wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm wrong, I can correct myself. And if I am wrong, that means I was wrong. So who wants to continue to be wrong? I love being corrected. You know what I'm saying? Please correct me anytime I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, y'all, make sure y'all are overstanding what you're doing it for. Make sure you understand how deep this shit is, man. Like, this shit is really deep. Now, granted, I'm going to try to make it as light as possible. But, you know what I'm saying, to be just quite frank with you, man, this is some private information, y'all. A lot of folks, we're not supposed to be having group meetings and going over how we're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is private information. Like, we're supposed to be taught this by our families. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have family trust. It's supposed to stay into your family. But this right here, this social media interaction, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, that hasn't always been around, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So think about folks in the 1700s that didn't know about any of these laws. Think about the folks in the 1800s. It wasn't no fucking YouTube. It wasn't no goddamn newspaper. I mean, it wasn't no Channel 5 news. You know, even they're not gonna put this in the news anyway. But you see what I'm saying? It wasn't, y'all. It was newspaper. You see what I'm saying? We got our info from the newspaper, the daily newspaper that had their publishers. You see what I'm saying? So, boy, was we getting the correct news? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, so have we ever got the right news? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like questioning, it's like a rabbit hole that you have to not be scared to go down. Because it's like, once you start realizing, like, damn, we haven't been taught nothing. That what brought me to what I said in my last live. Like, I don't think we're progressing. I don't think no one's progressing. Because we don't even know what the problem is. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's so many other shit that's going on that's creating the other distractions on top of the distractions that we're trying to, you know what I'm saying? So even myself, I be getting caught in distractions too. But I just want to say it on this Thursday, y'all. Don't waste too much of your time talking about a bunch of nothing, man. A lot of folks may be cool and, you know what I'm saying, like, you want to be around them. But when you go to sleep at night, just ask yourself, man, what did you do today that put you closer to where you want to be in your natural powers? I'll say it again. What have you done before you go to sleep? And I got to do this for myself also. You see what I'm saying? All right. What did you do today that puts you a step closer to your natural powers? And your natural powers in business, okay, financially. Okay, but if you know all you did was laugh all damn day, you've been watching series that ain't got shit to do with nothing, that literally tells you stories about other folks that's living in debt. We literally watch shows about other people that's living uninformed. If that ain't the blind leading the blind, I'll say it again. We literally are intrigued by TV shows about other people that are also living misinformed. Y'all, this shit is so deep, y'all. That's why I say we're not going to see a whole learning this at once. It's so much distraction still that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And I hope I'm speaking to the individual right now, man. Don't be trying to like link up with the biggest group, because I'm not trying to be near the biggest group. Because I know if it's a big group, man, man, 10 times out of 10, like a lot of folks in that group ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'd rather be near the few, because I know at least the few, you know what I'm saying, like, you can kind of manage it better. I don't, you can't really, and granted, you're not supposed to manage people, but let's say if it's 10 of us, right? I know what I can do with endorsing bills. You know what you can do with trust law. They may know what to do with, just with equity. You know, they may be more informed on equity and things like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather be in that group rather than a group of just a whole bunch of folks that are inspired, you know, or that has potential. You know what I'm saying? Because the one that's really living it, man, they gonna separate themselves, and they're the ones that overstand. Like, yo, I don't even want to be in the big group, because I overstand being in the big group gets you nowhere. Like, gets you nowhere. If it is a group that's just booming with remedy, yeah, cool. But a lot of folks is just nothing more than study groups. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, studying is cool and all you're supposed to study. But if it's some folks that's not getting remedy, man, you just collecting junk. Collecting junk mail. Your email box is filled and you ain't opening no mail up. Just a bunch of junk. I wonder why they call it junk mail. But yeah, you gotta understand what's going on, y'all. Gotta understand what's going on. Gots to. I know I done said it 1,000 times, but if you're not moving in the steps forward for your personal, individual gain, yes, I said it. If you're not moving forward in your own individual, personal gain, I don't know what you're doing. Unless you're helping people get to their level. Now, granted, great, but don't forget yourself. Don't forget about yourself. Okay? Don't forget about yourself. But at the end of the day, you matter more than what you can go tell somebody. You got to get yourself first before you can go get somebody else situated. You see what I'm saying? Because if not, you can only go so far. Your words, your teaching, your advice can only go so far. Because that person you may inspire that person to do everything you just said. Now they're like, okay, what's next? I did everything you said. Now you like, now you go ghost. Now you blocking folks. You see what I'm saying? Now that person in the dark, like, yo, what is going? Did they scam me? Is this real? You see what I'm saying? You got to remember, yo, if you decide to teach, you have a responsibility. Okay, you have a responsibility. Now, you don't have a responsibility to teach. You can learn on your own. But when you decide to teach and put $1 on it, man, you have a responsibility, whether you like it or not. You should like it. Like, why wouldn't you like it? Now, granted, I know it probably gets hard with a lot of questions in the inbox. But at the end of the day, man, we have a responsibility because we're choosing to do this. Okay? We're choosing to do this. Because we know without folks giving this information, where else you going to get this from? You can't just go to Google and just it breaks down how I'm breaking it down. Nowhere on Google do it says your application is the money. You're never going to read that, okay? Folks ask, where did you read that at, brother? I didn't read it. I came up with that with my own conclusion. Like, okay, well, if I apply, that's why some of y'all probably on the live when I literally was saying it as I said it, y'all. I said, if I apply the smack, if I smack you, I just applied the smack. I'm applying. Okay? Wait a minute. So that means this application is a hand and I'm slapping them with it when I give it to them. That's how I came up with it. Then learn, you feel me? Like, oh yeah, that's exactly how I go. I'm having accountants tell me, like, yeah, that's exactly, oh my gosh, I just never heard it broke down. Where did you read it? I didn't read it. You probably read it and didn't know what it was talking about. That's why I said we can't get denied. That's why I literally said there is no denial. Everything is approved. Somebody's getting paid, whether it's approved or denied. Just make sure it's you. That's the missing key. That's the missing piece. You know what I'm saying? That's the missing piece. Misrepresentation. That's the really name of the game. That's why it brings you back to we are in we in identity crisis. We don't know who the fuck we are. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. You know what I'm saying? To be real with you, we really don't. And some people can say, I stayed, I just don't know, because you don't know what you're doing. Why are you sending anything off anyway? You know what I'm saying? Y'all telling yourselves when y'all be like, I don't know what's next. Why did you send off anything anyway? What do you think I'm going to tell you? You know what I'm saying? What I'm going to tell you? I'm going to say, okay, well, go study. What's the problem? They told you no. What's your next step? They clearly, whatever you said, they weren't convinced enough. What's next? If you don't know what's next, please put it down. Okay? Please put it down. Please go back and study. You're not ready. Keep paying that bill regular. Keep paying it. All right? Please don't stop. Please don't think just because you sent some shit off once, it's over with. Trust me. You got some fighting still you need to do. Okay? Trust and believe. You can do all this with no tax documents. Okay? You can do this with no tax documents. This is about your expression. What them instructions say. That power of attorney. Them instructions. You know what I'm saying? Like what do you advise them to do? What is your business that you stating? A lot of y'all can't state y'all business. A lot of y'all, all y'all can do is copy what somebody told you. You know what I'm saying? Which granted, a lot of folks is doing that. You know what I'm saying? So granted, it's an easy mistake to make. You feel me? It's an easy mistake to make. You know what I'm saying? It's an easy mistake to make. But it's like you got to remember, this is a spiritual battle. You got powers that's watching you that you don't even think that's watching you. The powers know if you've been studying. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all may know what the powers I'm talking about. I'm not talking about no motherfucking Illuminati and shit. I'm not talking about that power. I'm talking about the power that's watching over you. You know what I'm saying? That led you to this information. That power know you not studying. You not fooling nobody, but you ain't fooling me when you tell me you studied and then you send me something and you say, well, I don't know what to do. Well, how did you study if all they said was they don't accept the payment? What are you confused about? What's the problem? They said no. How many ways do they need to tell you no for you not to get it? You know what I'm saying? They need to put it in a different language. They said no. They said, unfortunately. Like, brother, have you ever seen this before? No, but they saying no. Shit, I mean, you read it to me. Like, what do it? Y'all act like y'all can't read. Like, y'all act like y'all can't read. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like, have you ever seen this before? Like, they said no. So what did we talk about you're supposed to do when they say no? Did they say yes? If they didn't say yes, they said no. Folks, this is what goes back to you need to think before you ask a question. Because a lot of folks are not thinking. Y'all just passionate robots. I be having folks say, well, okay, I see what to do when we get denied. I know what to do when we get denied. What do we do when we get approved? Y'all, I be so stuck. I be like, huh? I understand you teach when you get denied what you do, but what do you do when you get approved? I be like, man, am I tripping? You got approved. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh, you're right. I'm tripping. I just answered my own question. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to myself. I don't tell them that. Like, man, get out of here. The fuck? Blowing my high. To hell? Come on, man. What? What do you mean, what do you do when you get approved? You got approved. The whole purpose is to get approved. What are you talking about? I teach for worst case scenario. Clearly, you didn't get the worst case scenario. Clearly. And again, that's not to get offended, but come on, man. Come on. Come on. We got to call the spade a spade. We are not thinking. If you got to ask that, I know you ain't doing this to overstand what's going on. Ain't no way, Sway. Multiple people, y'all. It's not just one person. Multiple people be asking that. They be like, okay, I understand what we do when I get declined, but what do we do when we get approved? And I just be like, I just try to sit and I'm like, maybe they'll let that question marinate. And then some people are like, oh, well, if we get approved, that means we get it. I'm like, yeah, bingo. There you go. There you go. Now we're thinking. I'll be having to get into my napkin bag. Now we're thinking. There we go, Jimmy. Now we're thinking, Trey. Now we're cooking with grease. Gotta start talking like a napkin. Now we're cooking with grease, little Timmy. Folks be like, oh my gosh, duh, why did I think of that? Because you're not thinking. You're trying to use me as a, well, I'm gonna let him think for me. I'm gonna let him think for me. Let me just go let Mansa all my questions. Hey, Mansa, I need you to think for me. Why is 2 plus 2 4? Well, brother, when I put two fingers together, and I put my other 2 fingers together, when I count them fingers out, I get 4. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I think of that? You're right. Appreciate you, brother, for your time. Thank you. Like, man, come on, man. Come on. I'm not a genius, y'all. I'm not a genius. I'm just a man that reads, okay? I'm not a genius. But some of this stuff may seem like genius level. I'm not doing nothing that I'm not supposed to be doing. We're supposed to not be repaying bills, y'all. Depending on what representation you coming from. Okay? Depending on what representation you're coming from. But y'all, a lot of stuff that I'm telling folks to do, y'all, we're supposed to be doing it. I'm not a guru. Okay? We're supposed to be doing this. Okay? We're supposed to be living this way. It's not a privilege. You're supposed to live this way. Okay? And a lot of folks, man, I don't think you're gonna live that life this lifetime. You may experience what I'm talking about 3 lifetimes from now, because a lot of folks is so far behind. And I'd be like, maybe I'd be saying too much too fast. But then I tell myself, well, this information gets to somebody. But a lot of this information gets to people that it's not for. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I come to that problem a lot. That this information just not for them. Now, granted, they may have seen the information, like, oh, let me come over here and see what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And man, it's not for them to grasp at that point. I was really starting to learn that, like, it's not meant for them to dive into that information. They still have things they have to do in their personal life to get to that point to be able to accept this type of information. Because not being able to have certain things in place before you accept this information, man, you're going to be distracted. You're not going to be able to piece it together. You're not going to be able to understand it. You're still going to be frustrated. A lot of y'all quit studying consumer law because your life got too complicated, got too busy for consumer law, which shows you're not moving in the steps that you need to be moving in. You're distracted with whatever it is that's taking your time. It could be work. It could be a relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be a multitude of things. But I just feel like a lot of us is distracted. A lot of us is sicker than what we like to believe. I think it's because it's not talked about. And that's probably the reason why they don't talk about it more, because a lot of folks probably use that as an excuse, like, I'm sick. I can't do nothing. You know we sick. You know we sick. I'd be like, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't need to be in the hospital. A lot of people in the hospital because that's the only place they can get attention from. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying it's to take folks' problems lightly. I'm just saying, man, a lot of people do shit for attention, y'all. A lot of people aren't sick in the way they think they are sick. They're sick in a whole different way that they probably not even gonna grasp in this lifetime. I'm just saying it right now because I really truly believe that's a real sickness. Thinking you're doing something that's good for you, and the whole time it goes against everything. Okay, it goes against your mind, body, and soul. All right, and a lot of people die not grasping that. A lot of people think all they gotta do is give their life to the Lord. Okay, what about the work that goes into it? Okay, what work have you? You still gotta put in work. Not labor, mental work. Okay, you gotta work your mind. A lot of folks is not working their minds out. Again, they're passionate robots. They don't have minds. They're just doing what they're told and they're passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? They just doing what they told and they passionate about it. You just going to work because that's what you was told to do because of that happening and you passionate about it. I understand. I was passionate about it. You couldn't tell me I wasn't living. What? Making 3 bands a motherfucking week? What? I thought I was getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, what? I ain't doing nothing. What was my real interest going? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the real question. What was my real equity? Where was it going? Definitely wasn't this hourly rate, wage. All right. So yeah, I just say that to say, y'all, man, keep your mind open, man. Keep asking questions because you get further with asking questions rather than trying to tell the folks what you know when you don't know shit. Okay, you don't know shit. All right. So the best thing to do if you is gonna go at these folks, man, at least start off with questions, man. Like, I don't see no other way around that. Cause anything else outside that, man, they shutting your account down and they forcing you to stand on what you've been telling them. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, start off with questions. Go to them with questions. Hey guys, you know what I'm saying? I just want to be familiar with the contract. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know if this is a contract or this is just a agreement. I need to know, okay? I need to, you feel me? Ask questions. Please think about your questions. Don't just write down. I'm asking what is Tiller. I'm asking what is 15 USC 01. I'm asking, man, what? No, that's not what I'm saying. Be more direct, okay? For instance, okay, if I sign this contract with you guys, how much equity is owed on my behalf? Hey, if I enter this contract, okay, what is some of the interest that is owed to the beneficial owner? You see what I'm saying? Like words, like different key words, but throw them in a question form. You know what I'm saying? Cause that, man, I'm trying to tell you, man. There's a lot of stuff I can't say on here. I can say it, but it's like I protect it. Because a lot of folks just gonna run with it and do it, and I gotta kind of think for people, if that makes sense. I have to think for people, all right? Because a lot of folks don't think, they just grab and go. So, man, just know, y'all, a lot of this stuff is really not as hard as you think it is. Just study. Once you get that overstanding, once you get that overstanding, you're gonna be able to regurgitate it. It's gonna flow. You ain't gonna sound like a motherfucking computer. 15 USC 1601 states ... You gonna flow with it. Hey, yeah, I'm entering this contract with you guys. Just a quick question. I'm trying to just have an understanding of the equity side of things. What do you guys consider equity? All right, and how much equity will be involved with this account once it's created? My next question is, who is the equity owed to? My next question is, okay, all right, is any way that equity can be transferred on the face as we're signing it? Y'all, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. For real, you'll be amazed, y'all. But if you're not, a lot of y'all not confident because you haven't studied, and you're never gonna get confident until you start studying. So either you're gonna be the frustration fork in the road that you in right now, you're gonna be there for years. Hopefully you don't. Hopefully you take accountability and tell yourself, okay, man, I know I ain't been studying. I've been looking at some shit for like 10 minutes and I go off and start doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what you be doing. You know what you be doing. Y'all know. Have you read okay, you sent it off. My first question before y'all, cause y'all come. I sent this off, brother. What do I do now? I first asked you, well, what did you read before you sent all that off? Y'all say the Bill of Exchange Act. And I say, well, how many times have you read it? Some of y'all be like, man, yeah, you're right. I haven't read it all the way. Exactly. Like, come on. If you know you ain't read it, come on. Come on. You ain't gotta fake it to kick it. You ain't gotta lie to kick it. Because the only person you lying to is yourself. This is an individual battle. You ain't gonna get far in life at all just talking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know what's going on, y'all. Long story short, you gotta know what's going on. Okay? Alright, I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long, man. I'm starting my day in 06. Alright, fuck time, it don't matter. Alright, make sure y'all studying, man. Make sure you really studying, man. Create you some time to escape from all that goofy ass childish shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Alright? Put that shit to the side, man. Give it a break. Come back to it later. If you still like it after you come out of your hyperbolic chamber, go back to it. But I'm here to tell you, man, you're going to start seeing shit from a whole different lens. Alright, so make sure y'all studying. Alright, make sure y'all reading. And make sure you taking your time. That's really it, y'all. Take your time. Time don't exist, so take your time. Alright, peace and love, y'all. For any questions regards to any courses, alright, any one-on-one bookings. I had a one-on-one earlier. I had to do earlier. Couldn't get to it. Really just had to take some time to myself. Alright. But if you want to tap in with me, go ahead, hit the DM. Still have the beginner course available for all the beginners out there. Alright, it's a 6-hour course. It's $100. Okay, 6 hours of me literally piecing the timeline together of why all this came about. Okay, it's $100. All right, it's not a lot at all. All right, I got an advanced course for those that feel comfortable with having a basic overstanding. I have an advanced course that's 7 hours long, I believe. That course is $500. Okay. Yeah, but I have a mentorship. That's really pretty much all the product I have. I don't really have a lot of different shit. Me personally, I don't feel the need to have a lot of different shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to flood folks with too much information. Because it's like, I'm not an information junkie, and I'm not trying to create information junkies. Okay? Focus on the basics. I will say something that I don't talk about, that I should talk about more, is trust. Okay, so if you go outside of me, I'm not the guy to talk about trust. If you listen to some of my lives last year or early this year, I was like, oh, fuck a trust. I've been doing all this with no trust. Granted, please disregard that, okay? Trust definitely makes a lot of things way more easier. It kind of supersedes, okay, a lot of these violations and codes and shit, okay? So, if you can find a trust guy that's showing, okay, how to correctly formulate, because there's a lot of people talking about trust, so you got to be careful. All right, so make sure you understand trust law, contract law. Okay, that is definitely something you want to put into your things to know. That's things I don't talk about. Okay, I will talk about them more as mines get completed. I do have trusts. I don't use my trust. I need to use them, but I just wanted to wait till I found someone that was that could kind of assist me. Okay, because I don't know everything. All right, I'm raw into this. Okay, I'm raw. All right, raw. So it's like I'll be the first one to let you know. Don't ask me anything about no trust. Okay, now I know how to start a trust, but as far as setting it up how it needs to be set up to do business, all right, I'm not the guy for that. I'd rather point you into direction for that. All right, but with that being said, I don't have a lot of courses, a lot of different products. It's just advanced, beginner. You learn the basics of Bill of Exchange. Advanced shows you how to utilize Bill of Exchange. And I feel like that's enough information for a lifetime right there. Of course, I'm going to add civil procedures eventually, but besides that, y'all, this information, man, you can pass down to your family forever. You know what I'm saying? They can pass that because that information is going to stick with you forever if you decide to live this life. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to sound like a person that just a fast talker and a good talker, y'all. I'm really coming from a place of really trying to let you know, y'all, this shit is real, y'all. This is life that's waiting on you. And I don't know what else you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what else you're shooting for. All right, so, all right, peace and love, y'all. Tap in with me. Make sure you study and take your time. All right, I'm motherfucking out.